it's Kate, and I'm just coming in to talk a little bit more about the role of recovery and restoration in the midlife woman's health. It's huge. It's really the base of the pyramid. It's bigger than any other piece of your fitness. And if you take good care of the restoration and recovery piece, you're going to have much better results from all of your fitness endeavors and more pleasant life. So it's that important. We need more recovery and more attention to restoration because once we get into our 40s and start heading into perimenopause, our estrogen starts fluctuating wildly and then diminishes entirely, and that takes away the calming effect on cortisol and a little bit of the stress response in our body. So without that internal mechanism, we have to take action. We have to actually engage in activities that help us restore calm to our bodies and our brains. And that includes a number of things. It's not just like taking days off or doing yoga, although those are perfectly wonderful things. Sleep is huge. Sleep is at the top of the list, although most of the other things we do down here are things that are going to contribute to better sleep. But we need to really focus on getting the best quality of sleep possible, which means decompressing in the other areas of our life so that we can stay calmer and more restfully sleeping. We need to take rest days. Probably more rest days than you ever had to before, and then probably more rest days than you think you need to, even if it feels lazy. It's paying forward into your fitness. Don't skip it. We need to have a more nourishing diet, really a lot of attention to fiber, a lot of fiber, like more than 25 grams of fiber a day to make up for the changes that are happening in our microbiome due to that diminishing estrogen. We need to have tons more protein than we've ever had before. For an active woman, that's probably about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or desired body weight if you were working on body composition. We also need to make sure we're still eating carbs. They're not bad. We just need to have them along with our protein. We need to have them in proportions and from more whole food sources, not processed stuff. All right, mindset and mindfulness. We really need to check our self-talk. We need to dial it back in. We need to nip negative self-talk in the bud. Any harassing ourselves, haranguing ourselves, shaming ourselves for what we did or didn't do, that has to stop because that amplifies the stress response. It amplifies our anxiety and feeling bad, and that's kind of the last thing we need at this point in life to function and perform better. We need to have activities that help us decompress. For some of us, that is activities like yoga. For some of us, we love meditation. I use we loosely because that is not me. I engage in a lot of breathing and walking because I find that a little bit better at decompressing than other activities. Also helpful with decompressing is engaging in joyful activities, things that you really love, things that have nothing to do with achieving anything, just doing them because you like them, not because you're supposed to get a product or get really good at something. Just have stuff in there because it fills you up, not for any other reason. Supportive relationships are huge. It is a really easy time to feel isolated and alone, and to just kind of lose a little bit of faith in yourself, and it's a hard time. So it's really important to nurture other relationships. Hopefully you have solid relationships and supportive ones within your own household, but if you don't, and even if you do, it's really good to reach out to your friends and make sure that you are staying connected with those people who get you, who are there for you, who you can reach out to anytime you need to, and they can reach out to you as well. And then last but not least, boundaries. We need to have firm boundaries around our time and our energy so that we can really invest ourselves in sufficient self-care. We need to be able to say no to the extra projects, no to the extra volunteer roles, no to the things that are taking away from our ability to take care of ourselves or leave us feeling overly spent and a little bit of like flighty or wound up at the end of the day. We need to make room for ourselves and our own care in there, and it is not selfish for you to say no, it is self-full, and everyone else in your entire life will benefit from your own investment in your self-care. So make sure you're checking your boundaries, making sure they're strong and holding them. Because if you are someone who really wants to feel better, to potentially look better, perform better, be stronger, be healthier for the rest of your life, the key is to investing in your recovery and restoration, because that is going to pay lots of dividends forward for all of the fitness things that you do engage in.